2025 has been a year of amazing learnings. And I can tell you that wholeheartedly because not only has it been learning better ways of serving clients, but better ways of serving ourselves as well. And when it does come to serving clients, it's been that whole psychological thing that we've actually learned how better ways of delivering on the experience that everybody the experience that we're really wanting to deliver for clients has been that the more time we actually spend with working with them real early on from that first conversation, from the first time that we hear about them in any way, shape, or form, has come across with more conversations happening.
Thinking about building or renovating? Or maybe you are already knee-deep in a project now. Are you feeling unsure of which steps to take and if you are making the right calls? You're not alone. Welcome to Builders Beyond Borders, the podcast where experienced Aussie builders share real stories, insider tips, and practical advice so you can build with confidence, avoid costly mistakes, and actually enjoy the journey. Let's dive in.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Builders Beyond Borders. My name's Paul from Independent Building Solutions in Canberra, and with me today I've got Andy at Purway Constructions over in Perth, and I've got Hugh at New Realm Homes down in Melbourne. And we're getting towards the end of the year now, so we thought we'd have a little bit of a wrap-up of 2025 with a few highlights, a few wins, lessons, and anything else that comes to mind for the year, just to round things off. So I'll go over to you, Andy, and see what have you got for us that comes to mind as your highlights and your not so highlights for 2025.
Yes. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, you. Again, into the Christmas spirit, literally coming to an end of a wrap. And some highlights for me as a builder is when you bring a client on the journey, which takes a good few months in getting building permit, and then you do the project. And when you hand it over and clients go back into their house and you ask them, can we come back with all our team and our family and our kids, and we actually get some food and some drinks. And we just done that there maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago for two beautiful people that we work for and their family. And when you see tears of joy coming off their faces and the hugs, it actually makes me happy of why I am a builder and why I do this. And when you're running your own ship, as you guys also know, sometimes it can be so full on. You're like, why are we doing this? Like, why do we do this? And when you just see just the emotion of these two amazing people that we work for this year, we some amazing clients, but we just finished off this one. It was so nice. And then seeing our kids of why we do this, and the kids seeing the hugs and everyone there, subcontractors seeing, wow, this is very special. Now, I'm trying to do that in our business to let people know that when you come with working with Purway, that we have your back. And stuff will come up, boys, as you know, and it's about really wrapping the hands around them and letting them know that we've got the back. And that's what I tell every client. And this whole journey has taken us years to get this to where it is. And we're always trying to find out how can we do it better? What's a gain from this project? What's a lesson? And we're always recapping that at the end. What is something that doesn't work for us is the energy when clients fill out our process. We get some clients that come in and they just feel like a builder should be jumping for the client at any stage. And through the negativity on phone calls with our admin team, which is very disheartening because people are very, at the front end, can be very nasty to our in-house team. And for me, that's definitely a no-no. So I'd be trying to nip that as quickly as possible to let that client know that that's not the standard that we are having if you're trying to work with us. So that is a thing that I've noticed this year, that the amount of people that have inquired with us, and there has been a select amount of people that have come through with that bad energy. So that for us is not what we want walking through the journey. So that's a bit of a gain and a bit of a not so gain for people. So that's for me, Paulie.
Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty common one too. I think we all get that sort of thing from time to time. It's just one of the things you've got to sort of learn to deal with. But yeah, I think that's probably been the highlight for my year, has been the quality of the people and the quality of the projects. You know, we've been very lucky. We've had a great year. Most years are good. It's interesting, isn't it? You have one bad experience, one bad client or one bad project in 10 years, and it's the only one you ever seem to remember, isn't it? So,
No, I know, and it puts a big damper on it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
So,
yeah, sorry, Paul. Well, I do tell the boys there. I just tell the boys if that ever happens, just remember that it's not your issue. It's obviously the client's issue. What's ever happening, and our job is to go in and do the job as professionally as we can. And if that client is obviously there's something happening, that's not our issue. Our job is to go in and fix and do what we have to do.
yeah, I think put it back down to the learnings that we've had the last few years with the builders group we're in, and learning to introduce a quality client pathway, and learning to deal with people the right way has sort of eliminated that issue for me, and hopefully it stays that way anyway. So we'll go over to you, Hugh. What have you got for us for 2025?
Oh, 2025 has been a year of amazing learnings. And I can tell you that wholeheartedly, because not only has it been learning better ways of serving clients, but better ways of serving ourselves as well. And when it does come to serving clients, it's been that whole psychological thing that we've actually learned how better ways of delivering on the experience that everybody, the experience that we're really wanting to deliver for clients, has been that the more time we actually spend with working with them real early on, from that first conversation, from the first time that we hear about them in any way, shape or form, has come across with more conversations happening straight away, and sort of to the extent of what Andy was sort of discussing there, with not necessarily weeding out bad people or anything like that, but being able to figure people out a little bit quicker so that we know whether we can help them, whether we can't, but always being able to find out, okay, we can help you in some way, may not necessarily be working with us, but maybe guiding you to a place that someone who is going to be more suited to you is going to be able to help you. And that's been something that's been a game changer this year, because nearly everybody, even if they have been gruff and really difficult to sort of have an initial conversation with, them being able to get a good result, if it is just, hey, look, you might be better off finding and having a conversation with this other person down the road, then that to us is a win. And I couldn't be more grateful for learning some of that stuff and being able to sort of implement some of those things that we've learned over the years to be able to get the best results for everybody. And after what's happened in previous years where it hasn't necessarily been great, or haven't been having a great time in the industry, to be able to top off 2025 with good results for everybody that's sort of come through the door, that has been something that we can't sort of pass up the opportunity to be grateful for and discuss in a way that that can get everybody the best results.
Yeah, I think learning to deal with people, that's the other thing we've learned a lot about, haven't we, over the years? Because you sort of think, we used to think, oh, they're a bad client, or they're just hard to get on with, or whatever the case may be. But a lot of the time, or probably not 99% of the time, it's us, how we're taking that on board. We need to realise that everybody's sort of wired a bit differently. Everyone sees things differently. It can be tricky in some, particularly here where we are. We're in a public service town now. We're full of public servants, and we're getting into third generation that are raised by public service. Like they're not bad people. They're good people. They're just in a totally different world to what we are. And once you've learned to realise how to deal with that and how to accept that and how to approach that, it makes everything a whole lot easier, because you realise that really it's only we can sort these issues out ourselves. We don't need them to do anything at all. So yeah, that's been a really valuable one for me over the last few years as well.
With that, Paulie, what steps do you take then in the process? So when this happens, you have this, what's your side of the process? Obviously, it's the communication and getting back to them as professional as you can. What else can you do?
Look, I think it's mindset stuff, Andy. Like I was saying, I think that has been a big game changer for me in the last few years. It's just getting your mind, your view of how you're looking at people and how you're accepting people for who they are and what they are and how they behave, or that they're just different, instead of sort of letting your ego get in the way and think, oh yeah, they're just arrogant, or they're smart, or they think they know everything, whatever the case may be. Because normally it's not. Normally it's just the way you're perceiving it. So I think, yeah, it's just the working on the mindset stuff, which is a lot more of an issue than what you realise when you're younger. As you start to get older, you realise that if you can get your head in the right place, everything seems to follow along.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've found. I think you've done a lot more work in that area than me. I think too, haven't you, over the years?
Yeah, I've done a lot now on this kind of side of it, like really stepping into that client's shoes. And really, when I tell them clients, it's like, my job is here to protect you and bring you through the mountains and bring you through the water as much as when it gets rough. That's my job, is to protect you. And I really see the benefit, because clients are like, Andy, this is absolutely amazing of what you're doing, which is we're doing here. You and Paul, you're doing it already. And there's other builders out there that unfortunately don't have this kind of mindset. When the stuff comes up on the project, and things will come up, as you know, you'll find out the true colours of what your builder is going to be like on that project when it does go wrong. And it will.
Yeah, we've learned to nurture them through it a bit, though, haven't we? Whereas you just got to take a different approach in the sense of how we've been taught that this product is the customer's experience, not so much the actual house or the whatever the case may be, the renovation. It's actually how they've experienced their relationship with you, and coming to learn that and to focus on that rather than focus on, because the quality of the work you do is something any tradesman can do. It's just what happens. Everything's done the same way, basically, isn't it? So that's been that again comes back to your mindset, but that's been a game changer for me too.
Yeah. Do you guys celebrate with the clients at the end, boys? Do you do that kind of process with some food and drinks and just celebrating at the end?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that a lot more.
Cheering the end of the project as well. Like they're cheering the success, the successful completion, and being able to sort of deliver just that little bit more, just to ensure that that we are sort of cheering them to be able to get back into their home, or to get into their home, or to whatever the job might be.
Yeah.
And it's that aftermarket sort of service too. I think it's just the warranty stuff, or being there available for them after they move in, because there's always going to be something comes up. There's a leaking toilet, or there's a door that's sticking, or there's you go back and you sort it out for them, and you have a chat to them and say, "G'day, how you been? How you liking it? How you enjoying it?" Just giving that sort of that nice contact that you can maintain way past the end of the project. I think it's important as well. Yeah. So
just the other day, I was so this was earlier on this week actually. Hadn't been to the project since completing it back in. I think we completed it in early September, and 3 months ago, and we were just like, oh well, good to hear what's going on. But it was just a conversation with another trade that had sort of gone in after we completed, and they were doing some landscaping works and that sort of thing. But to get the phone call, oh, would you mind coming down and just having a little bit of a discussion, round table, because we want a builder's opinion on what's going on to finish off the house and complete all this sort of thing. And it wasn't a case of going down there for the client. It was going down there for the client, but to assist to get the result that the client was looking for. And the client, I don't even think they actually knew that we came down. And that was interesting, because got a message back just yesterday saying, oh, thanks for coming down and helping the guys out of a bind. You didn't have to do that, but it's part of that after sales sort of service that comes along, that just that little bit extra doesn't take much.
No, doesn't take much at all. So the 1% is magical.
Yeah, people definitely remember how you made them feel and how you treated them before they remember anything else, don't they? That's 100%, I think. Yeah. So, and yes, well, just quickly, how's we got next year looking pretty good. We've got a pretty full pipeline for the next 18 months or so with great quality clients and quality jobs. Everything's looking really great for us. So just go around to you guys to just see how's 2026 looking for you, Hugh? Is everything on track?
Oh, look, everything's on track at the moment. We've got a number of projects in planning, hopefully coming through with some planning approvals within the next sort of month or two. And we've got more sort of coming in, and more than likely we're going to end up with another full pipeline going out to 2 or 3 years, probably come end of January at the moment. So it's looking good, and try to get as much of that work sort of completed as quickly as we can. And a lot of it's planning stuff at the moment, but that's okay. Planning turns into the on-site stuff pretty quick. And then when it's the on-site stuff, then the fun stuff really begins.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Yeah, well, that's the hardest part is the planning stage because it's hard to sort of commit to scheduling your jobs if you don't know when they're going to be ready to start. And with councils and things like that, we're at the mercy of those guys, aren't we? So we have to shuffle jobs around. But if we've got a couple of years in the pipeline, we can shuffle jobs around, and you'll get a couple of clients a bit disappointed because their jobs get held up in planning. But like you say, if you talk them through it, like we've just discussed, they're fine with it, and then you get a couple more that are excited because you say, well, look, I can start yours a bit earlier now because the other ones aren't ready. So you get a bit of both ways. So yeah. What about over in the West, Andy? You got a good year, big year ahead of you next year?
Yeah, we're getting more into the passive building, guys, the energy homes. We're getting into that space now. So next year, we have a knock and rebuild coming through. That's going to be a nice project to show people in part that we're here also building houses because I'm known as a renovator for the last 7 years. And we have a good few granny flats coming into the space, or eco pods, we're calling them. And that's there too. There's going to be another good quality homes coming through there, and we still have renovations. So next year, it's almost full for us, and we probably will be looking to 2027 too. So which is blessed. It's a blessing because people have been following us for the last few years, see what we do, and I tell them now is that you have to come through the process, get in, get the drawings, get the pricing. It can take anything from 3 to 6 months, and then once we sign the building contract, then we can actually organise some dates.
Good stuff. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I think we better call it a day there. So yeah, thanks for jumping on. Good to talk to you all, and I'll see you at the next one.
Happy Christmas.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Thanks for tuning in to Builders Beyond Borders. If today's episode helped you feel more prepared, clearer, or more confident, share it with a mate who's planning their own build or reno. Got a question about building, renovating, or working with tradies? Send it our way. We might cover it in a future episode. And don't forget to hit follow or subscribe so you never miss the real stories, practical tips, and builder insights we've got coming your way. Everything shared on this podcast is based on our experiences and those of our guests. It's general info only. Any reliance on the information provided is done at your own risk.